guys, it's Sam. Welcome to my channel. So for today what we're going to be doing is I have a client who is wanting her hair like a bright, pretty, vibrant red shade, and I'm not going to be using Pravana because Pravana is not a permanent color line, and you know, usually colors that are like pink, blue, purple, whatever are never permanent because people don't want that color in their hair forever, whereas red is more of like something that people do and they want it to last longer, even though red's one of the quickest colors to fade, especially if you're not using cold water and sulfate free shampoo when you wash it. Alright, so what you guys are going to see me do is the bottom section of her hair is darker, so I'm going to be going through and just putting straight lightener over the red and letting that sit for a minute, because up here is already a lighter red, so I'm not even going to really touch this. But then all her outgrowth is going to lift way quicker than that red's going to lift out, because we want the red to lift out a little bit more than to make it even with like the top of her hair, as even as we can possibly get it. And then we're going to put the red that I have on top of that after it's all rinsed out and the blonde's processed and everything, because we want to try to get it as even as possible, which sometimes is hard when people have been doing it themselves and you don't know exactly what they've been using, you know. So I'm excited to show you guys how I do brighter colors. And just so you guys know, anytime that you do want to do fun colors like that, you have to bleach your hair. It shouldn't say bleach, lighten your hair. But yes, you're using bleach. Bleach is not always damaging. Bleach is damaging if you have the wrong hairstylist doing your hair and they don't know what they're doing. I'm very realistic. I'll tell you guys, like, look, if you want to try to do this in one day, it's going to trash your hair. Like, anytime I'm using lightener and the person's expectations are a little bit further down the road, it can be done, but usually just not in one session. So with her, this is something we can do in one session. And the color that I'm going to be using, the red, is permanent, but like I said, red fades really quick, so you have to make sure that you're taking the proper precautions to keep it in your hair. Alright guys, so just a little breakdown of what you'll need. You're going to need foils. I have 2 bowls because this bowl is going to be mixed with 20 volume lightener, and this one's going to be mixed with 30. And then, and I'm going to be putting the 30 on the red, the bottom red that's in her hair. And then the 20 is going to be on her outgrowth. And I'm going to be using my Light Master bleach for that. And then when we go in with her color, you're going to need gloves because red is such a mess sometimes. And a bottle to spray it in with. And then I'm going to be using Redken color gels for her red. And it's going to be 5RO and 4R and 7R. I'm just going to mix a little bit of each one to get the color that I'm wanting. I like to do custom colors because nobody really knows how much of what you're adding, and if somebody was to try to go do it themselves or somewhere else, it's just not going to be the same. So I like to customize them for my client and what I think would look best with their skin tone. And then I'm going to be mixing that with the color gels 10 volume because we're only depositing, so we don't really need any lift. I don't know that she has any gray, but if she does, it's going to be covered anyways. Color gels covers gray amazingly. Okay guys, so what I did to this part was I took 30 volume and a little bit of the Moroccan oil and mixed it to keep the integrity of the hair, and I added some clarifying shampoo because this was so much lighter than this. So I just lifted it out a little, and we're going to try to get it even, and I'm going to rinse it, dry it, and then I'm going to go back and apply 20 volume on her outgrowth all throughout her head. Okay guys, so now what I did was go through her outgrowth and just touch that up with the 20 volume until she's like a blonde shade, and then we're going to rinse her out, and then I'm going to go and put the permanent color all over her hair. But you can see how the bottom lifted out to like an orangey color, which is more what we're wanting to match the rest of the hair.